Hi, my people. How are you doing? I hope you are doing fine. So guys, I tried. Okay, I'm trying now to share this moment with you. This very important moment of my very confusing past. You know, like like the continuation of my video there over there, which I said that. Um, my ex-boyfriend left me high and dry without even any penny on me. So guys, I'm trying now to make a continuation here of my story. And by the way, if you have not subscribed, please do so. Please, please, please make me hit the 5,000 subscribers, guys. I'll be so glad. I'll appreciate that. So, guys, I'm trying just to make this channel a channel of charity. So I don't need to make any business with this with this channel. Sorry, I want just to be able to help. To help the needy, to help schoolgirls over there in Africa. It doesn't matter which Africa it will be. Guys, I can travel. I'll just travel. I will make sure wherever my help is needed, even though it's West Africa, East Africa, South Africa, wherever, you know, just make sure girls are so many children over there, like girl children, girl child who doesn't need, okay, who needs our help. So like they don't attend school all the days of the month. You know what I mean? You know, because I myself, I passed that life. I passed that life. I was born in a very poor family, and I can understand how it is to be a girl, you know, attending school every day, and here comes the very important part, the very sensitive part of your time, of your month, and you need something so that you can prepare yourself um, to be able to sit in the class, to be able to attend school every day, of the month, but you can't because of financial issues. You can't afford to buy some sanitary pads or something like that. So guys, I'm not exaggerating, and I'm not um, um, talking any nonsense. I understand where I'm coming from, and I know what I experienced during that time. So, and that's why I want this channel to be just for assisting people who are in need, especially those girls who are in school and who cannot, okay, the families cannot afford to buy them the sanitary pants, the for their periods every month. So I want just to help and um, to show them how they can get these sanitary pads. It's not always buying them from the shops or buying them from the supermarkets. You can just improvise yours. You can improvise yours. You can like make your own, so that you can be able to stay clean and to attend school every day of the month, every day of um, you know what I mean, every school day. So guys, this channel will be purposely for the needy, and I promise you, I'll be showing you the proceedings, the activities which are being done. I'll be traveling and doing just that. And it is, this depends on your, how you will assist me, so guys, subscribe, tell your people, share, tell your family, share, like, leave a comment, just ask me anything you want to know about my channel, about what I do, about what I'm planning to do. I'll be so glad to explain to you, and maybe we can join hands together and see how far we can go with these plans, guys. So thank you so much if you are here for passing by. And as I said before, if it's your first time, please subscribe. Tell your people to subscribe. Thank you very much, and thank you in advance. And guys, now I'm coming to my story. After that, as I was growing up, it was not so like bed of roses. It was so rough and difficulty, and also like just food alone was a very big issue. A very big issue. So there was no way you can expect your parents or your mother to just afford so to buy you some sanitary pads from the shop. You have to be clever, and you have to improvise your your old clothes, improvise your own pads, so from the old clothes or whatever. It was challenging. It was very challenging, and it was not so easy. It was not an easy childhood, I tell you. So, guys, to come to my point, to come to the story, to the main story, as I said there above, you can read the topic and see that also my relationship was not that smooth. It was like, you know, from something or from someone to nothing at all. Nothing to 0.0, like 0.0. It was a disaster. It was depressing. It was stressing. It was humiliating. So, guys, here I come. I met this person in a particular restaurant, and we came to know each other. It was a very kind and okay at first relationship. At the starting point, I can't deny that. I will just tell you just the truth, how it was and how it came to be so. So, guys, there was this guy who was seated there, and it was not just an acceptance at the first, you know, at the first, what do we say? At the first go or at the first moment. So it was like a hesitation, because I was not so sure. Um, as I said before in my other videos, I I wanted first to achieve my goals first, and then later I can decide whether I want to be in a relationship, you know. So I was just myself, me and I, you know, in my life, because I was not sure. I had a lot of negative stories about um, relationships, you know. So that's why I decided first to uh, just work and achieve something, work and have a stable, you know, a stable foundation for myself first, and then I can think about other issues, you know. So, but the circumstances, you know, the circumstances sometimes forces someone to do things you have not planned to do, you know. So at that particular time, so it was like so I just met someone and I thought that it was fair and it was just like a fair try, you know, to try that someone, you know. So, and at first it was just fine. There was no problems, everything was just okay. But after some time, then there came some issues, misunderstandings, you know, not from my side, but from his side, you know. So because I don't know what he saw or what he was thinking or what he was doing behind my back, you know. So I can't tell that. So only himself can tell what he was thinking at that particular time. So, as I said before in my other videos, and I always say that love is not always enough, you know. It's not like, in other words, you know, the time you are planning um, something, you are planning your progress with this relationship, you are planning how you can build this relationship, you can make this relationship better, you know. It's not how it comes to be, it's not how it um, most of the times, I'm not saying always, I don't say, and I don't mean that all relationships fail. I don't know. I'm not saying that. There are, yes, of course, there are so many relationships which run very, very, very smoothly and for a long time, you know, or forever. And there are some which are not meant to be, you know. That's why I tell you, the time you are planning that you have to go to the next level is the time, maybe the time your partner is planning to move out. So sometimes you don't have the same plans, you don't have the same future plans. Let's say that. So, and it comes like a surprise to you because what you what you thought or you planned or you are planning is not the way it went. It's not the way your partner is planning, you know. So that came to me like a very big blow to my life and to my future, you know, at that moment, because I stepped a lot of okay, I took a lot of steps backwards than, okay, not forwards, how I had planned to move forward, you know, in my life. But I took a lot of steps backwards to just to a very low level, like zero level, you know, like zero level. And it was frustrating at that time because those were not my plans. Those were not my plans. And I I managed to sort myself out in a way, but it was so difficult. If I remember that one, it I don't even wanna return into that point where I was at that time. After my breakup, it was so down. It was so low. You know, frustrating, because you have to think that you have no health insurance. You don't have, now the bank account you had is like zero point 0. There is nothing inside. And when there is nothing inside, you can know that in Africa, when the account has nothing inside, it faces closure, first of all. And now you don't, in some, okay, after some days or some weeks, you don't have an account anymore. So you have to know that if you are staying in a rented house or rented apartment, you are facing rent arrears. You know, you don't have rent to pay the apartment. Food is a problem, because if food is a problem, where are you going to get the money to pay rent? Where? Like, rent is like about $150, and that is a big deal in Africa, in Kenya. $150. Where are you going to, if you can't afford a bread of like 10 cents? If you can't afford a bread of 10 to 20 cents, where are you going to get $150 to pay the monthly rent? Where? It's very difficult, it's very difficult. And you have there, maybe you are pregnant, you are um, expecting a baby, or you have a baby in your hands. Where are you going to get all these things? But I thank God so much, because I did not lack baby food. I did not lack baby necessities, like pampers, like milk, So it was a miracle at that time. It was just like a miracle at that point, you know, baby things. I did not lack them. It was just a miracle. And that's the way I say always, children are a blessing. They are a blessing. That was very challenging at that time. And I learned my lesson very well at that time. I understand, and I know that if you are living in Africa, particularly in Kenya, you understand how hard it is to be having, or to be expecting a baby, or to be having a baby in your hands, and you don't have any money to pay rent. You don't even know where you are going to get the next meal from. you know you don't even have this 40 or 30 Kenyan shillings to um, take a matatu or to take a minibus to town to look for a job. Or even if you are called for an interview, you don't have the fare to go to that particular place. It is awkward. It is awkward. It is very frustrating, guys. And with this particular person, let me now return to my story, to my main story. Now you know how frustrating it is. Now let's go back to my story. So this particular person, I came to know this particular person, and taking my time and everything, we just, I'm looking, there is, we have a cat. We have a cat, or cat is coming this way. So guys, sorry, um when I met him, it doesn't mean that he was bad. At first, as I said before, he was so kind, he was nice, always, always. They are kind and nice at first, at the beginning. But later, as I as time went by, and then I was expecting a baby, so he was also not so bad. But I, okay, the pregnancy was like, when the pregnancy was like 6 months, seven, like that, he just changed and moved out from our apartment where we were staying together. And he had a reason, you know, his own reason, because I asked him, why do you want to look for a second apartment? For what? We have one here and we have been living here for a long time, So he said that, yeah, I wanna, yeah, there are, okay, I am expecting some foreigners, some guests, some tourists, So because he was and he is still working in an hotel, in a five-star hotel somewhere there. I'm not going to say who he is because maybe you know him, you can just guess and you know him. And he has been working in this particular hotel like for about his lifetime, as since he was young. So like he has been working there. In 2002, he had worked there for like 10 years. So let's say if he had worked there for 10 years, that means that today is 2022. That is 20 years. 20 years plus 10, that is 30 years. So it's all life. All his life. He was working in this particular hotel. So guys, he looked for an apartment, for a new apartment. He moved out, but he had promised that when my visitors come, I just want to move out because I'm receiving visitors, sorry. And when my visitors come and visit me, we will be talking about business. And when they go, then they return to their country, I will return back. That was the agreement. I don't know how it worked on me because now, at this time, let's say today, I can't I can't believe this statement. I can't believe this story when you tell me that. But at that time, at that particular time, I believed in that story. I don't know why, and I don't know how it worked, on me, So that's why I'm telling you, sometimes you are so blind to not see what is in front of you, to not see what's happening, to not see, to not just add one plus one, So it is like total trust in someone, on someone, you know, total trust, which is very harmful to yourself, So it was like, yeah, that's true. That's true, of course. And it did not happen that way. It never happened that way because the visitors came, his visitors came, you know, and They visited him and they went back to their country. And after that, he did not even move from the new apartment to where we were, you know. So I'm adjusting my camera, please excuse me. So I continued asking him, and he was saying, he's still coming, no problem, I'm still coming, you know. So the pregnancy was like 8 months, so sensitive, like 8.5, like that. And I was living all alone in the old apartment, you know. So um, time came and I was alone, and it was like I saw signs of getting a baby. Then I just, because I had my luggage, every time my luggage packed, you know, packed for maternity. So I just took my luggage and called a taxi. And remember, at that time, before the baby, at that time, life was not so hard. You know, it was not so hard. I could have, okay, I could have. I had some food. I had some money to pay the rent. You know, because I was um, using my rest of the money which I had. You know, so it was not so bad. But after, you know, so I will be telling you after what happened. But first, let me explain how I went to the delivery. Okay, how I went to deliver the baby. So, as I saw the signs, I just picked my bag, just very quick, and called the taxi. Taxi came, and I just went with the taxi to the hospital. You know, just alone. And at the hospital, I called my sister. My sister was working in one of the restaurants there. I just called her and informed her what happened. And she said, okay, I'll be there in the morning. So it was like in the evening, like afternoon, when I was calling the taxi. So I reached the hospital. I just registered there, you know, just myself alone. And they said, okay, good. They just looked and checked everything and said, okay, if the baby is coming, let her stay here today and we will observe what is going on. So the taxi went, you know. So I sent the taxi. I told him that the taxi driver, I told him that he has to inform uh, my boyfriend about this. So he went and he informed him, and he said, okay, good, I will be there with time, you know. So I just stayed there. And funny enough, after reaching the hospital, all the signs and the pain disappeared. I had no pain, no signs, nothing. I was just normal and just normal, painless, just healthy. So I stayed there for the night. And in the morning, they checked again. They said, things are okay, nothing is wrong, but there is no signs. Maybe, but you know, in the hospital, they are just humans. They want to to earn money, you know. So they keep you there. You are paying every day. So they have no problem. They are telling you, yeah, maybe later the pain will start or something like that. Don't go away, just remain there. So I just remained there, and I told my sister, no need to come today, you can come tomorrow because now I'm okay and the baby is not there yet. So I had to stay there alone again the whole day. And in the night, they asked me, in the another evening, they asked me, so how are we going to, okay, are you going to stay the whole time? It was like I went there on, a Thursday. So it was like Friday evening. So they asked me, are you going to stay another night here without any signs of the baby? And we are not going to let you go home without a baby, because the pregnancy, as we checked everything, the pregnancy is due, you know. You can go back home and then start again, the pain starts again, and then you come here again, it will be very stressful and very tiresome, So please remain here. We induce you, you know, we just give you drops of pain to bring the labor pain, and so that you can have the baby tomorrow, just in the afternoon, So I just said, the doctor said to me, yes, the time is due. The baby is mature enough, but it means that you can go back home and the labor pain starts again. Then it will be another stress to just come again here with a taxi. It was like, it was not very near. It was like um, uh, 35 minutes with a taxi, that 5 minutes. So, okay, that 5 minutes drive with a taxi. Let me be precise. So I said, okay, if the baby is mature enough, it's okay. So they induced me, they gave me drops to bring labor pains, and that was the most painful part of it. I think it is always healthier or maybe better to wait for the normal labor pains, you know. But the drops are okay if you deliver through the drops. Okay, if you get the labor pains through the drops, I think they are more painful than normal pains, So, but it was, I had no normal pains before because that was my first baby, so I did not know how it is with normal pain. So, but pain is pain, and labor pains are labor pains, and they came and okay, they came after some hours, and oh, that was the most yeah, sensitive part of it because I was all alone. I just told her that the labor pains began, and she said, "Okay, I'll be there in the morning." So um, she called her company, our boss, and told him that she will not be at work in the morning. She'll just arrive later because she has me in the hospital. So at around 8, like 8 o'clock, something there, 7, like some few minutes to 8. That's that's when the baby began to show signs of um, coming out, So, and it was like I was all alone. There was nobody there. It was only the doctor and the nurse, you know. And I tell you, the doctor who was there at the delivery time, at that time was a male doctor. He's a very young doctor, But that time I was like, I was 27 or something, 27 years old. This guy was like also my age, something like that. He was young and he was a man. But I was, when you are in pain, you don't recognize anybody there. You don't even give a damn about it. So you don't even deny anything. So he was a man there. He was a young man there. He came. He was so kind, so kind. And he came and asked me some questions. And he looked and he saw the baby was almost there. And he said, the baby is almost there. And he went again. Some minutes came again and checked again, and said, now is the time. So I was in the, I have a drink here. So it was like panicking and also some excitement, and very excited and only panicking and I don't know, some mixture of feelings, a roller coaster of feelings, like, yeah, something like that. So, cheers. So, he came and he said, okay, come, off we go to the delivery room. So we went to the delivery room and everything was fine. And the nurse came also to help me out. So they were there and saying everything like push, 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 something like that. And I was just alone, nobody was there. And I was just, I was thinking, if anything, if this delivery will be complicated and I have I must get an operation or something like that, or maybe I die through this, who will be here to hold my hand, who will be here to see whether I'm fine, whether I'm okay, who is here? Nobody was there, nobody. So I was all alone at that time. So I just prayed God and I said, God, I'm with you. I'm not alone. I'm with you and you are watching. You are the one who is holding my hand, So because there was nobody there, no, my family was not there. Only my sister who came later. She came later. She was not there also. So I was all alone with God. Not, but when you are with God, you have a very strong person. You have a very strong family with you. So I was just trusting in God and praying that the baby will be just fine, will have no complications, no disabilities or any whatsoever, anything whatsoever. Just a healthy baby. That's what I wanted. And that's what I got. Thank you, Lord. So, after the baby was there and everything, so it was like, you know, everything was forgotten. You forget everything, and everything happens so quickly that you don't even recognize what happened. It's just like it's just like a secret, a miracle, a a miracle with a secret inside, because after that, after everything, you have only a bundle of joy here, and you are so excited, you are so happy, just forgot everything, the pains, the everything, just in a flash of an hour, a second. So guys, I'm so thankful. And I thank God every time for that, because I managed, I don't know how, but somehow I managed and I that thing. I just overcame. I don't know how. And miracle. So um, my sister came at around 8:30 and the baby was there, and she came with a friend of mine, you know. She came with a friend of mine, a best friend of mine, best friend. So my best friend came. In fact, I thank you so much, Catherine. Um, you are everything to me, and at that time, and you supported me so much. And thank you. And also my sister, I just thanked her, and I still do, because not personally, but through her children, because she's no more at this time. And God, please rest her soul in eternal peace. She was an angel to me, and she was the mother I was yearning for, So at that time, she was everything to me. So God is good. And when she came, when they came together, I felt like home. You feel like home. And the first spoon of glucose, what my baby got, was from my best friend. She took the baby and fed her with the glucose, you know, and it was just fine. It was a fine feeling. And they told me that they are not going to leave me there alone in the hospital. They are going to take me home at that very day. So they called my boyfriend, and my boyfriend came to the hospital, and he was like, "What? Where is the baby? What kind of baby was that?" The doctor said. So the doctor came and said to him, "Yeah, are you the father?" "Yeah, I'm the father." "So you got a baby, a very healthy, bouncing baby girl, So excited, this doctor excited. But my boyfriend showed no reactions. No reactions, it was just like that. And so the delivery was good. The delivery was good. She's healthy. The mother is also healthy. And so what can I do? So we have here bill to clear. It was not much because I had already paid the deposit. It was not much. I think it was like at that time 2004, 2004, it was like 60, no, 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 wait. It was like 80 to $100, something like that. And it was a private hospital. It was very expensive hospital at that time, during those times. So he said, okay, it's no problem, because he knew that we had a business together. I had him and I, he and I, or him and I, we had a business together. So he just paid the money, got the receipt, and my sister told him, now we are planning to take her home with the baby. So would you mind to accompany her back home? Like, it's a tradition. If the baby is born, you have to assist and, you know, take the mother home, like a tradition. And he said nothing at that very time. He said nothing. So we took a taxi, and we just, okay. And he got in that taxi. He said no word. He did not say any word. Sorry, he did not say any word. So my sister was talking to him, and he said nothing. I was talking to him, he said nothing. It's just only like yes, no, I don't know, something like that. Those short answers. So, like, how is the business going? If I ask you, how is your business? Okay, how is our business going? If I ask you that, you have to tell me, yeah, the business is like this and that. Yesterday there was this and that. The bills are like this and that. I took stock and that and that. I bought this and that and that. I paid the workers, which worker, this one and this one. You have to explain like that. But how is the business doing? And you say, just fine, and nothing else. You are waiting for something else, but nothing else is coming. So I just saw, okay, good. Maybe he has some issues, or maybe he doesn't want to talk at that time. Maybe he's tired, so he will be talking later. You know, I just left the issue just like that. And funny enough, on our way to my apartment, he alighted on the way and left us in the. He said, "Stop the car there, stop the taxi." So the taxi driver stopped the taxi, and he just went out, and then he said, "Bye." Nothing else. Funny, funny, funny. So my sister said, "Okay, let's go home. Let him. He will just, if he have issues, he will just talk about it. If he have issues, he will come to review what he has in his mind. So let him alone, let him think, maybe he will explain what was wrong with him." So we just proceeded with our journey to my apartment. So we reached there, they prepared everything, they cleaned the apartment, they prepared everything, cooked for me, and so my sister told me I have now to go to work because my boss is expecting me. I called him and told him I'm not arriving very early because of you, so I have to go now. So I said, okay. My sisters told me that she'll be coming to check on me time after time, so, or I call if I have any issue, if I want something from town, because she was working in town. If I have something if I want something from town, he can just buy for me and bring me. If I want anything, I have to just inform her. I have to call her or just write an SMS and inform her what I want. So that was our agreement, and she kept our agreement. She just did everything from work, bought and everything, brought me or came to me and cooked for me, something like that. And friends also came, and we talked, and they helped me here and there. But the father of the baby did not show up, did not show up, and he did not call to ask anything, any questions. So it was like, I will stop that. Sorry, I'll stop that alarm. So that was the also to the kitchen, and it was bringing a lot of cold air in this area. This is my computer corner here, and it was bringing a lot of cold air. There is a lot of wind outside, and Now we have here in my on my computer, I see that we have 7 degrees. 7 degrees is 7 degrees is very cold outside, but not very cold because we have normally we have like minus sometimes. We have minus. So today is a little bit okay, but I don't want the cold air in my apartment because I have heaters on. Sorry, I have heaters on, and the apartment, of course, the apartment must be remain warm for the night. So guys, I did not know that I was just talking facing another side. But I hope, guys, you understand what I was saying and you understand very clearly what I meant all this time. I understand that I was not looking to the camera, I was looking at my photo, at myself. Sorry about it. So I stayed all the time. I'm coming now to my story. I stayed all the time alone. Only friends and my sister helped me at that particular time. At that time, I needed help the most, guys. You know, so some men are horrid. Some men are horrid or horrid. They are. They don't have hearts. You know, So at that time, I just took care of my baby um, with a lot of difficulties. I remember one time I went to look for a job, and the interviewer asked me, "Have you got? Do you have kids?" I said, "Yes, I have one." And he asked me, "How old is your kid?" He meant that kid. He was thinking that is a kid who is going to school, which is going to school. So I said, 3 months old. And he was like, 3 months old baby. Yeah, I said, 3 months old baby. And he said, first of all, I'm shocked because you don't look like as if you have a 3 months baby. Congratulations. And secondly, I'm shocked because I don't know why you want to work at this particular time when you have a small baby at home. So I said, I told him his problems. I have a lot of problems. First of all, I need the money because you know the needs. I am now alone and I have to pay for my apartment, pay for food, pay for babies necessities like pampers, like milk, like cereal, like food, anything you call it, anything you want. Okay, anything a baby needs. So if you give me this job, I'm so sure and I am experienced, I'll do the job so good. I'll make sure that you will be proud if you just take me as your employer. Sorry, employee. Employer. So employee, and yeah, also for my baby at home. I'm not doing it just because of um, luxury things or something like that, luxury things, or just to impress myself or just to benefit myself, but because of the baby, I can do this job. And it was just a very low paying job. So I was saying I'll just take anything to start from there down. But I know one time, I'll the baby is not a You know, it's not a mountain that it remains the same every time. She will grow, you know, and I'll have flexibility, I'll have more time to do the job, or things will change, things change on the way. You don't know. So I got the job eventually, but that is another part I'm going to explain to just stream another video. Part two, I'm going to explain to you how I got that particular job, and it was very challenging. It was very tempting, because the boss was not also very okay. He was a nice person, but he did not like to give me the job just like that, just for free, just like that. And despite the fact that I had to work for him, so he did not like to employ me just from the blue, a stranger he doesn't know, just for nothing. You understand what I mean? He wanted to exchange um, this like this employment, yeah, with something else very um, intimate, with something else very what do I call it? Something else very personal, personal. That's how it works with many employers and employees in Kenya. So I'm not saying all of them, but I'm saying many of them. They can't employ you just from the blue, just a stranger they don't know, and you just come, knock the door, and you get the job just like that. And you are a woman. They have to get from you so that they can personalize whether to employ you or they. It's like they have to decide. They are the ones to decide your destiny. So, and it's not fair like that. It's not respectful. That's especially for someone with a 3 months old baby like I was. So that will be part two. I'll be explaining how it went and how far our interview and our conversation about the job, the employment went. So guys, be very keen to check my part two of the story. So guys, I started coming back to my story. I started struggling and struggling, but I did not give up. One thing I have to tell you: don't give up. Give up in life, even if the situation is rough, like like rough paper. Don't ever give up. And as another person said there before, if you give up, you will never know how near you are to the success. You will never know. So don't ever give up. Hold on, hold on there, and just be patient. And eventually, God is not stupid, and God is not so cruel. He will just pick you from there you are holding and lift you high. So, guys, I managed with my baby somehow. And this managing the life, I will be talking about it in my part two. It was rough and it was not all that. I did everything. I faced everything. I met with every kind of um, um, annoying employers. I met with every kind of um, gluttonous employers who wanted to prey on me so that they can give me the job, So, guys, it is so excited. Okay, sorry, so exciting to watch the part two of my story because now it's getting late and I have to do something else, brush my teeth and put out my eyebrows before wash my face before I sleep. So guys, thank you so much for watching my video, passing by here to be motivated somehow. I hope I motivated you in a way, in a very okay, even if it's not big way, in a minimal and um, good way. But my part two, I'll be explaining how I came through this, how I conquered this one, and how I managed to get a chance to travel to Germany. And now I'm fine, guys. I'm so fine. And if you want anything to know about Germany, about how to come here, how to apply the visa, just ask there below, and I will be so kind and very honored to answer you per your questions, guys. I'm so glad that you passed here by. As I said before, if it's your first time, please subscribe. If it's your returning time, welcome and welcome to my part two, which is coming soon. Maybe I'll be streaming it tomorrow because tomorrow is on a Sunday and I have time. So guys, don't hesitate to ask any question which is pressing you, which is bothering your mind. Just ask and I'll be so glad to answer you um, wherever possible. So thank you so much. Have a very lovely night. Good night, because now is at 1 o'clock, and I will be expecting you in my part two story. So thank you so much. God bless you and have a very, very lovely night. See you tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. So bye bye. I'll remember you in my prayers. All right. Thanks.